Tell you what, I'll throw you a bone. See those sunglasses over there?
Nice glasses. Not quite right for you, though.
Don't be silly. Those are for a female. They're Carrie's glasses. Left them here yesterday.
Could we borrow them?
I'm not going to stand on ceremony and ask for a warrant or some crap. Let me make it clear. Anything that'll help find Carrie, I'm up for. I don't have anything else for you.
Could be a hair from our potential Vic. It has some scalp on it, which allows a DNA search. Without a victim, this is our best reference to determine if it's her blood. That's not right for this. Sunscreen or something.
I don't have anything else for you.
Nothing here that will help us. Match to the charming fiancé. Not a surprise since he had his own key access, but this is surprising. Dubois had a record. Assault charge 2 years ago. Barroom incident, sounds like he had a temper. Convicted, but suspended sentence due to first offense. Sure, they match, but we don't know what either of these items actually are, so this doesn't really get us anywhere. We need to match one of these against something known. Sure, they match, but we don't know what either of these items actually are, so this doesn't really get us anywhere. We need to match one of these against something known. That's not good. No match to Dubois. This could mean a number of things. Worst case, she was also sexually attacked. You can run that on the chemical analyzer. Liquid concealer. This is a cosmetic of choice among abused women. Green offsets the red and blue of a deep bruise. And this residue on the shades could mean they're concealing a shiner. Try that on the comparison microscope. We can get what we want from the DNA workstation. We have a partial allele match between the blood at the crime scene and Lucy's DNA sample, which is what you'd expect with siblings. And since Mr. Kennelly has no other children, the blood at the scene belongs to Carrie Kennelly. Blood definitely came from one person. Wax, all right. Ski wax, actually, and you can make an impression of a key from this stuff. Perhaps somebody needed a spare key from Mr. Dupois' apartment. The neck was cut cleanly. From one side. Maybe during a knife attack. We've done all we can with that evidence right now.
Haven't I made it clear? We're oil and water, my sister and I. We are not close. And she wouldn't tell me her dress size, let alone share the details of her love life. Wait, actually, there is one thing that does come to mind. A few months ago, at the hospital, Carrie was making one of her rare visits to see how Dad is doing, and I was struck by how she and this male nurse were, well, almost flirting. Not that I know of. Again, we're not as close as most, or anyway, many sisters. Still, she was in the tabloids, so a stalker would be possible. Of course, that fiancé of hers behaves like a stalker. Does that count? Look, I told you, Carrie doesn't share intimate details with me. But she has terrible taste in men, controlling jerks, one and all. She's been knocked around before. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again. She's a serial victim.
Did you ever see any signs of bruises recently?
No, but my sister doesn't exactly go easy with the makeup. She's a pretty young woman, but insecure, and cosmetics are just another thing for her to hide behind. I don't have anything else to say to you.
Oh, for Pete's sake, did a red flag come up on that ancient history piece of crap beef? Carrie and me, we were at this bar, and some asshole starts putting the make on. No problem, at first. I tell him move along, he moves along. Only when I go to the little boy's room, I come back, and there the dipstick is, hitting on Carrie full throttle. I just, you know how it is, just went off on him. He wasn't hurt, not that bad.
Got yourself a little jealous streak, Mr. Dubois?
Jealousy has nothing to do with it. I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy who stands up for his lady when some panting jackass gets in her face is all. And Carrie, she's a sweet, trusting soul. She could get taken advantage of by some jerk without even knowing it. Till I came along, her taste in men was lousy. Are you trying to bait me? How many times have I told you people we were frickin' engaged? What part of Carrie was out buying her wedding dress the other day don't you understand?
No offense, Mr. Dubois. We have to ask the tough questions in a case like this.
Well, that's not a tough question, it's a stupid one. No way in hell would Carrie be with any other guy. We're, what do you call it, frickin' soulmates. What bruises? What the hell are you implying?
We found traces of concealer makeup on her sunglasses. The kind that make bruises go away on the surface.
What, now it's suspicious that Carrie used makeup? She was in the public eye. She had to doll herself up like a movie star. Anyway, you know how women are. I mean, vain and stuff.
Yes, I am. Now we know who I am. Who are you?
Vegas Crime Lab. We have a few questions.
No. Of course I am. And I know that his daughter is Carrie Kennedy. She's had her picture in the media enough. And I may have spoken to her in passing when she's come to see her father. Though the younger daughter, whose name I forget, she comes around more frequently. But when you ask if I know the young woman, I can say that a male nurse and a casino heiress do not normally run in the same circles.
The younger sister whose name slipped your mind? Her name is Lucy, and according to her, the last time Carrie visited her father, you were more attentive to Carrie than to the patient.
Well, that's an absurd assertion. Now that you mention it, and keep in mind how many patients I deal with in a day, much less a week or a month, Carrie Kennelly was sort of friendly to me. Look, I really don't know her, but she did call me here at the hospital once. But it didn't go anywhere. We live in different worlds. Missing? Why, no, I didn't. That's sad news. I mean, she seems sweet and unaffected, considering her background. But you should understand that Mr. Kennelly's condition has worsened, and he was recently moved to another hospital where he could receive specialized treatment, so I haven't seen either of those young women lately. Hey, I really didn't mean to be evasive. It's just, if I were accused of getting familiar with a patient's daughter, I could get in trouble here. I really, truly don't know that young woman, except in passing. I have nothing else to say.
I've got nothing new to report on the Vic. Sure thing. Looks like Mr. Portison was once picked up at a club where patrons walk the kinkier side. Erotic blood play. Sick as that sounds, Nurse Portison wasn't charged with anything. Yeah, it's right here. Plenty of calls to and from the hospital, but one was to Alex Portison's cell phone at 4:36 p.m. today, before that call to Visa. We called that hotel, but they have no listings of Carrie calling or booking a room. Dead end. Once you've got enough evidence, I'll hit up a judge.
We've done all we can with that evidence right now. We've done all we can with that evidence right now. Here's a stunner. Mr. Kennelly is leaving the double dip to Carrie, not Lucy, even though it's Lucy who's worked her tail off for him. This is a motive. We've done all we can with that evidence right now. We've done all we can with that evidence right now. The trace analysis computer is the place for that. Shoe and the floor print match, meaning Mr. Dubois exited after the blood was on the floor.
I don't have anything else for you.
Really? Well, it makes for humorous reading, if you're into irony. So much for hard work and dedication and family. I'm taking it in the nethers so that Daddy can help Carrie grow up and settle down.
You sound pretty upset about it.
Wouldn't you be? But I'm not worried. Carrie hasn't ever shown any interest in the family business, and she'll come running to me for help when the time comes. I told you, she'll be in over her head and need me. Why should I hurt her? Or do you mean kill her? Right, I slashed my sister to ribbons in her apartment over this. Sure, that'll put me in solid with my father.
Well, that note you left did sound like a threat. You won't see a penny?
Look, I don't want this to get out. It's confidential. That time I said would come when she'd come running to me for help? Well, it already came. Carrie was ready to hand the casino over to me. You want it in writing? Carrie's ready? Sure, it's right here. Just because my sister and I aren't close doesn't mean I don't care about her. So sure, but get those back. I jog regularly, keeps me fit and sane, and that's my only pair.
These shoes appear to have been bleached, but was it to remove blood?
I don't have anything else to say to you.
Same brand and size, but the parcel lacks any individual marks. We've done all we can with that evidence right now. Well, there are no traces of blood on these shoes, just a lot of bleach. These shoes were not the ones at the crime scene.
Doubtful. He's very sick and very rich. Those are hard hurdles to get over. And getting over them will take time. If we can crack this thing without going there, we should. Once you've got enough evidence, I'll hit up a judge.
Which leads us to a few new questions, Mr. Porterson, starting with why did you lie to us about your relationship with Miss Kennelly?
What relationship? Do you have a relationship with everybody you talk to on the phone? We've become friends, casually, is all. I didn't lie, I just played that down, because I knew you'd take it wrong, which you are. I've just, you know, been trying to lend her a sympathetic ear. She can use it for the abuse that bastard boyfriend of hers dishes out. Well, no, not specifically, but abused women are always afraid to reveal what's going on. They cover up for the abuser. Hell, you know that better than I do. But I have eyes. Even if I hadn't had medical training, a bruise is a bruise. And all the makeup at all the cosmetic counters in town couldn't conceal those contusions. And her manner, my God, she was scared to death of that brute. Must be a couple days ago? Of course, I talked to her on the phone just today. She was in a bad place where this, I can barely stand to say, marriage to that monster is concerned. Listen, I couldn't be more pleased that you're looking after Carrie's welfare, but if you want my DNA, you'll need to jump through the proper legal hoops. I know firsthand about labs screwing up, and I'd want every I dotted and T crossed before we took that step. Sorry. I have nothing else to say.
That's hers, all right. Flowery and feminine. I could spot it across the room. Not a clue, but her judgment isn't always, well, let's say she has no particular interest in the family fortune. The truth is, if she didn't have that fortune to dip into, she'd sing a different tune. For all the tabloid coverage she's got over these last couple years, Carrie's almost straight-laced, sweet to a fault. What that queen bitch sister of hers might have on her, I could not imagine. Is this how you find out what happened to Carrie? Accuse the one who loves her of crap like this? This is slander, and this is America, and I... Who said I did? What, that stick-up-her-butt sister of hers? You believe that self-serving psycho?
So the charges are unfounded.
Listen, this is personal, so I'd appreciate it if... What was your name? Sarah? You're a nice-looking woman. Hey, I don't mean to step over any line here, but grown-ups know about these things.
Is that right?
I didn't mean any offense. It's just that that icicle sister of hers doesn't understand what happens behind a bedroom door between two people who love each other in a, you know, passionate kind of way. What, you never had a hickey, honey?
That line you didn't mean to step over, Mr. Dubois? You just did.
Come on, I never hit Carrie out of anger. Hey, I like it a little rough, so does she. She's of age, she's with me of her own free will. I love her, okay? I would never hurt her in a hurtful way. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't have anything else for you.
So my footprint is at my sister's place. Why is that significant?
It indicates you were at your sister's after the crime took place.
Are you kidding? We're sisters. About the same height and build from our shoe size to our bra size. Carrie and I both had pairs of running shoes like that, as do a couple hundred other people in Vegas who took advantage of the same sale. Just because our daddy has dough doesn't mean we don't like a bargain. You two are trying my patience. I have work to do, if you'll excuse me. I don't have anything else to say to you.
Once you get enough evidence, I'll hit up a judge.
Well, if you're back, it must be to thank me for pointing you toward that scumbag Dubois. Whatever happened to Carrie has to be that bastard's fault.
Seems they were into rough sex, behind closed doors. Strictly consensual.
And you're just going to take that abusive son of a bitch at his word.
Mr. Porterson, you're the one we've caught in a lie. What makes you more a reliable source than Dubois? Starting to think Alex ought to cut back on the caffeine. Let's help ourselves to a cup of Joe. His cup. If we're lucky, we might be able to get prints and a DNA sample off of it. Funny, isn't it? How sometimes a DNA sample is just waiting for you in a public place.
I have nothing else to say.
Whoa. Looks like the male nurse has been exercising his bedside manner on Carrie's couch. Matches Alex Porterson's hospital employee records. Not exactly a shock.
I don't have anything else for you.
Seems like you've been lending her more than a sympathetic ear.
Okay, look. I know this looks bad, but if you just think about it 1 second, you'll understand. I mean, do you really think I want that anger management class reject Dubois, knowing that I'm seeing his intended? Who knows what that psychopath is capable of? Well, I did talk to her briefly on the phone, but I've been here at the hospital on shift since 8 this morning. I have nothing else to say.
Say what?
Did you have any prior knowledge of this?
This isn't a topic I care to discuss with strangers. I'm out of here.
Well, let's hope he's not on his way to see Alex Porterson and create a new crime scene for us. And much as I'd love to fine-comb this place, Dubois being gone doesn't erase our need for a warrant.
What do you think happened? And hey, thanks for sharing my secrets with that ape, Dubois. I'm lucky he didn't kill me. In fact, he threatened as much. Said, I'll kill your ass too.
Almost a confession.
I was alone in the break room when he caught up with me. I just thought he'd get in my face and that would be the end of it. And when he knocked me down, I was stunned. He was gone before I could yell for help. I did call hospital security, though. I probably shouldn't have.
I guess having your relationship with a patient's daughter come out isn't so cool, is it?
I haven't done anything inappropriate. Damn, you people find out I've been assaulted and climb all over my ass? Why is it I pay taxes again? Fortunately, hospital security called the police, and they caught up with that asshole in the parking lot. You should be able to check on that yourself. You still think I'm a liar or something. I have nothing else to say.
I don't have anything else to say to you.
I don't have anything for you right now. Mr. Dubois is already a guest in lockup. He assaulted Nurse Porterson last night, as you probably already know. Shall we have a chat with the hot-tempered lad?
I didn't attack him. If I'd attacked him, he'd know it, and so would you. I took it easy on that nerdy little creep, hitting on Carrie like that.
As opposed to the way you hit on her? Are you saying you had no suspicion Carrie was seeing another guy?
Oh, yeah, I guess I did. You can always tell when your, significant other's got something on their mind, but I wrote that off to pre-wedding jitters. How could I have imagined a toothpick like that twerp Porterson was my competition?
Had to hurt. Who could blame you for getting mad?
Killer? Oh, no. Oh, God, no. I admit I got a jealous streak, but I would never take it out on her. Give a creep like that Porterson an ass-kicking, sure, but I wouldn't even kill a maggot like that, let alone the woman I love, and I do love her. But we don't know she's dead. We're not writing her off as dead, are we? Are you? You're not letting this go, are you? I was at home watching TV. Then I went over to her place at midnight. That's all there is to it.
Anybody see you leave?
Probably not. I used the stairwell.
If I were in your shoes, I'd want an alibi.
I don't have anything else for you.
You got enough evidence for a search. I'll hit up a judge.
We've got one child here with no family resemblance. This set of knives came from a high-end cutlery shop. But this other one, it's just a plain old slice co. Nothing here that will help us. Not to talk trash about Mr. Dubois, but let's get to the lab and see what brand of bag he prefers. Funny thing to file away. And it wasn't even under S. That's not right for this. Bloody surface, serrated edge. Could this be the weapon we've been searching for?